Do you mind if we talk a little bit more about Nicole?
Sure.
Okay, so walk me through it, because that was one of the things we never really got to ask you about.
Right, we didn't
We just
talk
kind of
about
skipped
that.
on and talked about where the girls were, but so what happened there?
So it was probably around June 1st or something. That's when I first met her. And it was just like a work conversation. She messed with the gas meters that, we were out in the field. And I was messing up, and then, I took it to her like, hey, what's going on with this? Like, how do I fix it? And, after that, we just ran into each other a few times in the office, and I think it was probably the fourth time meeting. She had asked me, because like when we were talking back and forth, I would say, like we moved here from Colorado or from North Carolina, stuff like that, and then she was like, "What's all this weed stuff?" I'm like, "Oh, I took out my phone and showed her a picture, like my girl's on the phone." She's like, "Oh, okay." She's like, "So you're like, yeah." Like, I didn't wear a ring to work because like I sent it off so I get refitted after I lost all that weight. So, but
You lost so much weight that your fingers lost weight?
yeah, it was literally like I was out in the snow one time. I went like that, and my ring went off in the rocks. So I was like, I was panicking trying to find. I was like, I can't wear this anymore. But so after that, she left me alone for a couple days, and she texted me outside in the field. And then after that, we just kept texting back and forth, and it was just it's like like she used to work in a little rig out in North Dakota, I think. And we just kind of trading the stories back and forth about what we did and everything. And then one day it just kind of went to a different level, and then I never thought I would ever go to that level. But she was talking about meeting up after we got back from San Diego.
Yeah.
We go to San Diego from the 22nd to the 26th of June. And we met up after we got back. And
How did you guys meet up?
at a park in Thornton. Thornton somewhere. And after that, we just kept seeing each other pretty much the whole month of July.
So let me ask you this. You can tell me if I'm wrong. You strike me as somewhat of a shy person. So when you guys were meeting, was it just kind of very initiatory, like flirting at first? Okay. From both sides?
Yeah,
Okay.
it was just kind of like feeling each other out. It's kind of like
Yeah.
yeah.
And so texts, any calls?
More near the end of June,
Okay. And what makes you remember that it's June that it happened?
because we called each other before I left to go to San Diego.
Oh, okay. All right. At first, did you think something might happen?
I just thought it was just flirting. I didn't think it was actually like something that would actually happen.
Yeah. Well, it's totally natural, right? I mean, everyone kind of flirts at work, right? Because the relationship between men and women is different. So if you're working with a girl at work, it's just kind of natural to flirt. I get it.
I wish I was just out in the field more instead of out of the office. Those demo, but
Yeah. I can kind of see it in your eyes. That's kind of where the path started, isn't it?
yeah. I mean, if I was like, because when I went from like a rover to a field coordinator, like I would spend more time in the morning time in the office trying to get everything like situated where we're going to go, and everything like that. And, if I was a rover, I'd be more out in the field, and instead of like coming to the office like for no more than an hour.
Right.
It just gave me more time to run into her, pretty much.
Yeah. Okay. What did she know about you? Did she know you were married at first?
She did once I showed her the pictures
Yeah.
on the phone.
Yeah.
On the, like the home screen picture and everything.
So was your wife in that picture, or was it just your girls?
It was just my girls right there, but my wife was the lock screen.
Oh.
So she knew I was married with my kids.
Okay.
Are you aware that she said she didn't know you were married?
That's
What did you
fine.
think about that?
I figured it was like just trying to save face, trying to just trying to. And something my sister said, it was like just trying to keep things together.
Yeah.
Or just trying. She phrased it a different way, but just kind of like just like ground control, just trying to control everything that's going on around her. Because I'm sure she got bombarded by all kinds of different sides from the media and everything. So. And
Have you
friends.
talked to her at all? No.
No. I'm
No.
hoping she hasn't written me in a different alias or something. No, I'm not talking to her that way.
Oh.
And are you not allowed to talk to her?
I would hope not.
Okay. No one told you that then?
No, I mean I would expect like I thought like in Colorado it said like on a DOC list of if you're on like a victim list you can't call anybody.
Oh, right.
But here I'm not sure if that's the same. But I just talked to my sister, my parents, some friends of my parents.
Okay.
Do you wish you could talk to her?
Maybe once just to
Get some closure?
say like, hey, just once.
Yeah.
Just to say, hey, like, I'm sorry this all happened. I'm sorry. I'm not sure, like, what happened, like, afterwards, like, what you went through, like, if you had, like, counseling, if you're, like, different state, if you had to leave everything behind. I just wanted to let you know I'm sorry, and that's just not something I ever saw in my life happening or happening to somebody else either.
Would you be alright if we told her that?
That's fine.
Do you want us to? Do you want us not to?
And if she would want to even talk to you guys, I mean, I'm not sure if someone contacted her, but I'm sure she'd answer your phone call more than an attorney phone call that she didn't want to go answer.
Yeah.
Oh, so your attorney tried to call her and she wouldn't answer?
Yeah. Yeah, because I remember her phone number, but after that they figured out, I guess, where she lived. They left a call, business card there. And she just, pretty much after like the 5th attempt, she said, stop coming around.
Oh,
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm sure she's getting bombarded like everyone else, so.
And hopefully it's calmed down since, but I'm sure, like, I just hope she can, like, move, like, I'm not, there's, like, normalcy for her, not since she's on the outside, but I'm hoping it can get that way at some point. I'm not sure if she had to leave Colorado or not, but I'm sure, like, that would have been hard if she did.
Mm-hmm.
I know Anadarko was her dream job, so that's one thing I always, like, asked my attorneys is, like, did she have to leave? Like, did she have to do anything at work? Because that was one thing, so she always told me that was her dream job, so.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
What does she mean?
Like in the oil company in Anadarko is like, I mean, unless you're working for like BP or like ConocoPhillips or something.
Oh, I see what you're saying.
Anadarko's like,
Those like big leagues.
yeah.
Can I ask kind of a tough question? Did you love her?
I felt like it was true.
Yeah. I think so too. I think it was the same from her. Yeah. Okay. Tell us about the time you spent with her.
Well, I mean, it felt like it was, I think like when you said like more like a shy guy, it's kind of like I've never like been pursued by anybody before. It's kind of like I was the one, trying to pursue. Because like when me and Shanann met, it was like, she was always like pushing me away, kind of like,
She was sick for a while, right?
Oh yeah, she had just got diagnosed with lupus, and she was on like a bunch of different medications and stuff, and it was like, I guess I wasn't her type. And
You weren't her type?
I wasn't her type.
Okay.
Cause like she told me like when she first, because we had met.
She told you that?
Yeah,
You're not my type.
I remember you telling me that.
Yeah, it was like, when we first met, like it was at a movie theater. And my cousin's ex-wife set us up.
You were dressed like shit, weren't you?
I didn't.
I think that's what you told me.
Yeah, I didn't know like that.
They didn't have any games?
So she was fancy and he was in like shorts and
I was in
tennis shoes or
shorts
something,
and
right?
decent shoes, and like I should have known the doorman, was in a suit, and I was just like, this isn't good. And like
Was
when
it at the theater?
It was a fancy theater, right?
it was
Kinda?
in Charlotte, it was called the Epicenter, and apparently they give you like champagne and all kinds of stuff.
Oh, this is a fancy date night theater.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think
Movie
he came like he was going to a
Like I was
Cinemax,
like
like
I was going to a bonfire
like a
or something.
AMC.
Like a white theater?
No, it was like you like we
Movie
just watched
theater?
a normal movie, but it was like you can like drink champagne and like
Yeah.
have like a Jack and Coke inside the theater and just
Yeah.
sit there and just whatever. But like yeah, it's when she first saw me, she was like, I should probably just turn and talk to the bartender a little more. And I was like, no, I'm not you're here to meet. But yeah, like I was like persistent trying to pursue something. I liked her, and even on our first date, like I couldn't even eat anything really. I was just like,
You're so nervous.
yeah.
Really?
Yeah, she was just like, chowing down. And she was like, you eat like a bird. I'm like, oh, that's
funny.
And she talked to my parents like, months later. She was like, this guy just never ate. And I was like, this guy eats like a trash disposal. I was like, no, not around me. I was like, well, I was nervous. And I was just like, I was always like shaking and everything. But Yeah, I was always pursuing her, and then just like finally I grew onto her. Like, you know, I would always like with her medications and stuff. I would always like, she had like 8 bottles of medications, so I would always get like her day and nights and kind of like put them all in that little, you know, flip open
Pill box.
yeah, all that kind of stuff. And I would always, you know, be around her. I even went to her colonoscopy. And she said after that she knew I was like kind of a keeper. It's like, you know, who goes to a colonoscopy after 3 months with somebody?
Right.
It's a little soon.
Well, she asked if she needed that ride. I'm like, yeah. She's like, you want to go colonoscopy with me? I'm like, sure, why not? Like, I even sat with her while she drank that nasty stuff all day.
Yeah.
Oh.
Okay, that's,
Where she's in the bathroom
that's
all
a
day?
good test.
that clear stuff that doesn't really taste clear. Yeah, but yeah, it was. I mean, it felt like it was a great relationship. Everything was great.
Now you're talking about with Kissinger?
No, with
Or
Tom
with
Shan, and like in the first year, you know, like, you know, my parents never. I don't know. My mom was always kind of hesitant.
Why?
I was the baby, I guess. I never, you know, because I never had a girlfriend in high school, so it's kind of
Oh.
like she never like really saw me like.
Oh, interesting. So she's kind of watching her baby walk out a little bit.
Yeah, because when I turned 18, I graduated. I never moved back
Okay.
at home. So
And
my
how
sister
old-
moved back and forth all the time. So
How old were you when you met Shanann?
I was 25. It was 2010. So
Okay.
So no serious girlfriends before that?
nothing more than like 6 months or so. Yeah, there was some girls here and there, but just nothing more than like, you know, the last girlfriend I had before Shanann, she was just actually got divorced, and I should never did that. But it was more of like I was kind of like helping her get through her divorce. It seemed like she went on to somebody else. I'm like, oh, nice to know.
You're the rebound guy?
The rebound guy.
Pretty much, but you know, that's how it goes.
Would you say that in your relationships with women, it seems to me, and you tell me if I'm wrong, it seems to me like you're attracted to maybe a more dominant personality?
It seemed like it because I'm more of the just reserved. I mean, I just kind of like go with the flow type.
Yeah.
And like Stan usually made all the decisions. It seemed like so.
I get that. I'm the same. Yeah. I don't know what it is.
Yeah. I don't think that's right with you, but
So then, and I know it's hard to keep bouncing back and forth, but and one of the reasons we're here is we just keep telling ourselves, Grace just does not fit the mold. Grace does not.
No.
Like it just blows us away what happened, right? And so we will do a little bit of bouncing back and forth, and that's really just to get to know you a little bit better, because we never really got that chance, did we? We were
I met
talking
you twice.
Yeah.
Met you once.
Yeah.
Probably like 3. Well, you remember 3 or 4 times probably.
So then do you call her Nikki or Nicole?
I would call her Nikki.
Okay.
I know there's so many Nickis and Nicoles in this.
Right, there is.
I got confused.
So we'll call her Nikki.
Okay.
So then with Nikki, was it different?
It just seemed like I was more in control. It seemed like, and that never happened. Like she'd actually like asked me like my opinion on a lot of things and just like what I wanted to do, and just kind of like, okay,
It was new, wasn't it?
very new.
Oh, that's fascinating to me. And so did it feel more like an equal partnership, or?
It seemed like it.
Yeah. Okay. So then when it was date night, would you guys talk about it? Would you ask to go somewhere, or would she say, I want to go somewhere? Was it too fast?
You know, the first time we went out, it was to a movie over at the Orchard, off the 144th over there, and you know, I asked her like, "Hey, you want to go see this movie?" And like, she's like, "Yeah." I'm like, "Okay, cool." And we got there, it was sold out, and you know, normally we'd probably just have just wait 2 hours, like just go home, but now she just wanted to walk around and just talk. I'm like, okay.
Oh, wow.
So that was different, and you know, I think she wanted to go to the car museum, Shelby Museum in Boulder. I've never been there, and I was
That's right up your alley.
oh, yeah,
Mechanic.
I was just like, that was awesome, just to walk around cars for like an hour or so, and then you know, drag race in Vandermeer.
Okay.
And I haven't been to a drag race since 2008. And that was in Charlotte.
Okay.
Like they have a 4-lane drag strip over there. And it's like the NHRA, the Top Fuel and Fun Car stuff like me and my dad used to grew up. Just
Yeah.
go there like all the time. And then like went camping in Sand Dunes National Park, and I'd never been camping. I always wanted to do it. Thought it was she'd done it like countless times. I
Oh,
guess.
really?
So,
Okay. She's outdoorsy?
yes.
Okay.
Yeah, she I guess every time like she needed to clear her head, she'd just go by herself, just go somewhere.
Oh.
Yeah.
So she's a completely new type of person and relationship.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. What were you thinking this whole time? Like, in the back of your head?
In the back of my head, I was just telling myself, "What are you doing?" Like, every time, I open up my phone, I can see pictures and like of my wife and my kids, and I'm just like, "What am I doing?" And then, like every time I was with her, it seemed like I didn't think. It seemed like it was like a blinder that was in my face,
Oh.
and it just like every time I look back on it, like like I have pictures of my wife and kids and myself, and like every night, or every morning, every night, I just talk to them, say like I have like this book I used to read for CC, and I remember that book, so I read that to them like every night, and like there's some scripture and stuff that I read to them, so I just try to think back, like I wish this never happened. And just like I wish that blinder wasn't on my head, right in my eyes. That would have seen what was going on. Like I was having, like everybody said, "Oh, you're just out there having fun while your kids, or kids and wife are on vacation." I'm just like, no, it wasn't like that. But it seemed like that's what it looked like when you're going, when you're going to camping, going to drag race, going all this other stuff that you have fun doing, but you're with somebody else. It's not your family. It just didn't seem right. I was with her, it just didn't seem like I could even see that anymore.
Yeah.
And I was there at her house pretty much every night. So it was like I didn't have that time at home just to really think about anything. Because literally I didn't, like I was only at home from like when I got home from work. I worked out, I ate dinner, and then I went over to her house. Like I never slept in my house in like the whole month of July.
Now, talk me through that though. When you said you went home and then you were at her house, was that while Chanel was gone? Oh, okay. So you weren't even at your house.
No.
This all happened so quickly, didn't it?
It was insane quickly. Like I didn't like. She even told me like she would never, in like a normal relationship, she would never have somebody over at her house like more than like once or twice a week. But she felt like she wanted me over there.
Yeah.
She said she felt comfortable over there.
Yeah.
So it's just like that's what was different. Like she wanted me over there, but I just wish that all that would just go away. I just wish I almost like I know it's hard. I know it's wrong to say I wish I'd never met somebody, but I wish I'd maybe met her at work and then just kept it that way.
I think if we had a time machine, I don't think this would happen again. Because some people, when this happens, you're like, well, if it wasn't this time, it would have been next time, or it would have been the next time. It just wouldn't have happened with you, would it? And it happened so quickly that you tell me if I'm wrong. You're not the type of guy to take control sometimes when you need to.
Yeah,
It seems like that's just what happened.
Yeah, I didn't take control of the situation. It was just like the situation controlled me.
Right, it just happened. No, I get that, man. I'm somewhat passive myself, and it's like, there's situations where I'm like, well, why did I let that keep going?
Yeah, I don't know why. It was like a roller coaster ride that I just kept punching the ticket on and I just never gave it up.